Your reaction. Let's get the take from Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst. He comes to us from Paris. Let's get your reaction to this breaking news of Hamas submitting its response to this outlined, this U.S. ceasefire proposal.
That's certainly a positive, good news that the Hamas decided to engage with the proposal, with the American initiative, based on apparently an Israeli proposal. It comes after Hamas has welcomed the UN Security Council resolution adopting that American proposal, which, as you just outlined, does have three phases, but eventually needs to lead to a permanent ceasefire and the withdrawal of all Israeli forces from Gaza. The past 48 hours, we've heard different declarations from various Israeli sources, including to Reuters, saying that this proposal is going to allow Israel to achieve its war objectives, which usually means, in an Israeli newspeak, destroying Hamas. And I think now we see sort of a response from the other side, from the Palestinian, from Hamas side, basically delineating how it sees this proposal moving forward and how it could be implemented in a way that safeguards Palestinian rights in Gaza. And I think so far we haven't seen the full response yet, but I think what is important is for Hamas, apparently, are two things. One, that this proposal needs to move from one phase to another phase, and in the process there would be a ceasefire, and that this proposal does lead to a permanent ceasefire. So this is a clear red line for Hamas, that it's not going to negotiate over release of captives in order for Israel to resume the war. I think it's probably going to ask for ironclad American guarantees for that movement from one phase to another. And second, the way I see it from the initial response is that not only does Hamas want to see Israel withdraw from the occupied Gaza Strip, but it wants to make sure that Israel is not at the crossings again. As you know, the past couple of weeks, Israel has occupied the Philadelphia corridor to the opposition of both Egypt and the Palestinian Authority, because Israel is not supposed to be there. There's an agreement, in fact, between Israel and Egypt on that issue, that this would be a Palestinian-Egyptian border, even if there's an oversight by Israel on it. So I think in order to first make sure that Israel withdraws from the crossings, and two, that Israel is unable to impose another siege on Gaza. If you remember, these were one of the red lines by the United States eventually, but they were adopted by the G7 foreign ministers meeting in Japan, when they said, among others, that Israel cannot maintain a security zone, but it also cannot impose another siege on Gaza once a ceasefire is reached and the road or the pathway towards negotiations over a final settlement is underway. So these two issues that ensure Gaza's safety and its freedom from another Israeli siege are clearly on the books for Hamas in order to save face, at least in the aftermath, if you will, of a ceasefire.
Marwan Bishara.